Click.
Click. Hello, friends.
Hello, everybody, and welcome.
To our Curiosity Chill.
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 Add some chill music. Let me add some chill music. Let's see. There it is.
So, today's subject shall be the evolution of music.
That's right.
We polled it at the end of last Tuesday's stream because we are adjusting a little bit how we are picking our topics. And so thank you all for joining us for today's stream.
And we'll, at the end of today's stream, pick what we're going to study next week.
Exactly.
So we'll take the poll at the end of each stream now. That allows Amelia and I some time to do some research and find you guys some articles that will be a little more comprehensive. So today we're going to start with, did early humans or even animals invent music? We're going to take it all the way back to the dawn of time. And there is something we're going to announce. You're absolutely very correct about that, ZYX.
Yes.
Hey, Carol Fu, thanks for being here for 13 months. And Poggy Hades, thanks for subscribing to our channel. I see Monica's here for 9 months, which means a Twitch baby. Wah! Raise it up right, teach it to vote.
Daydreamer, thank you so much for that gift sub group hug.
Thank you, Daydreamer. Well, if the hype is real, let us announce some fun news, and we could use your help in getting the word out about our exciting announcement.
Yes.
So Amelia and I have a bunch of things coming up to share with you guys, and I know it's a lot to keep track of, so we're also going to post this information on social media and on our Discord channel, so if you don't worry about taking notes for all this info.
I mean, you could take notes if you wanted to, but
you could.
Continue.
But this Saturday is going to be a special stream that starts 2 hours earlier than we normally stream on a Saturday. And the big announcement is, here, maybe I can get an image to go with it. Here we go, like this. Perhaps you guys have heard that TwitchCon, which is usually happening around this time, is now going to be called GlitchCon. And at GlitchCon, Amelia and I have been invited to play the new Cyberpunk Red tabletop RPG game. And we're going to be playing it in character with two of our friends, Erika Ishii, who you know as Yama from the Golden Spiral.
And also Vampire the Masquerade. She plays Annabelle.
And our friend Co-Carnage, who's super hyped about Cyberpunk. So that's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be on this coming Saturday, the 14th. And we're really thrilled to be doing that. So if you guys would help me, I'm going to post a tweet literally right now, and you guys can be the first ones to help me retweet to announce. What?
Oh, I thought you... Nothing. There was
You're
something
so
that wanted
skittish.
to...
All right. So... thank you guys for the hype on the hype train. Appreciate that. We got Ray Claire's back for 4 months, and Sergeant Maria, how you doing? And the Weekly Fangirl, welcome back for 16 months. Spark for 5, hello. And Virtual Reality, whoa. So thrilled to be back. Can't wait for another 14 months to fly by. Yay. Awesome. We appreciate you. And Ali RK800, thanks for being here for 6 months.
Nice.
Thank you guys for all that hype. And thanks for helping us get the word out by retweeting our announcement. And we'll keep you guys posted. We are going to be finishing up the game Little Hope on Sunday. And after we finish it this Sunday, we are going to continue with, oh, help me out.
Resident Evil
2.
The remake.
We're going to finish that on Sundays Beyond, and our new Saturday game, after this coming Cyberpunk Saturday, is going to be Spider-Man Miles Morales, which we've heard a lot of really great things about. So let's jump into this, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right.
All right.
Virtual reality.
Aw, Virtual, thank you so much for the gift sub group hug.
Thank you for the gift sub group hug love. All right, we're super zoomed in. This is look at this. This monkey is singing a song for us.
Yes.
So
I know that face.
Did this monkey sing this song? Oh.
Look at that monkey.
So we're going to find out, did early humans or even animals invent music?
Chimpanzee lead guitarists are thin on the ground. The stage at London's Royal Albert Hall sees very few lemur violin virtuosos. Conventional wisdom has it that music is a relatively modern human invention, one that, while fun and rewarding, is a luxury rather than a basic necessity of life. This appears to be borne out by the archaeological evidence. Wow. The first-hand axes and spears.
Well, the first hand axes and spears date back to about 1.7 million years ago and 500,000 years ago, respectively. The earliest known musical instruments are just 40,000 years old. But dig a little deeper and the story becomes more interesting. While musical instruments appear to be relatively recent innovations, music itself is almost certainly significantly older. Let's turn off this gift sub alert. There we go. Research suggests it may have allowed our distant ancestors to communicate before the invention of language, been linked to the establishment of monogamy, and helped provide the social glue needed for the emergence of the first large early and pre-human societies. There is also emerging evidence that music might have even deeper origins. Some monkeys can distinguish between sound patterns in ways similar to how humans can recognize slight differences between melodies. This is very chill and relaxed. I'm glad you like it, Hunters.
A literal reading of the prehistoric music, Good morning and good morning. Okay. A literal reading of the prehistory of music begins about 40,000 years ago, with Europe on the brink of a monumentous change. The region was then home to the Neanderthals, who had inherited it from earlier human species stretching back 1 million years. But now, a new species of human, our own, was racing across Europe. Homo sapiens were clever in a way that Neanderthals were not. Perhaps most importantly, they were armed with much more effective weapons. With about 5,000 years, our species had spread and multiplied so effectively, it may have outnumbered the Neanderthals 10 to 1. Not long afterwards, the Neanderthals vanished entirely.
Because they didn't have the funk or the groove.
Because they didn't bring the thunder.
Why didn't they bring the thunder? The dramatic pace of this change suggests there were some fundamental differences between our species and the Neanderthals. The evidence on and in the ground strengthens the case. For instance, the Neanderthals sometimes lived in caves, but for the most part didn't bother to decorate them. They didn't decorate their caves?
What?
Although evidence published in September 2014 suggests they may have created some rudimentary abstract art etched into the wall of the cave in Gibraltar. So here's a photo of some abstract art. I don't dig it. However, when our species arrived, cave walls became canvases for impressively ambiguous paintings. And by ambiguous, I mean ambitious, because my brain's not on yet. And we might need to bump these curiosity chills back an hour someday.
Back?
Like later?
Okay. I thought you meant earlier. I was like, why?
Modern humans also began carving human figurines and animals out of bone and ivory shortly after they arrived in Europe. And, to go with this new fascination with visual arts, they began making bone and ivory musical instruments. Oh, so here we are, back at the dawn of instruments.
There is a clear musical tradition, says Nicholas Conrad at the University of Tübingen in Germany.
That's exactly how it is, I'm sure.
Tübingen, yes. Who helped discover many of the best examples of these early instruments. In southwest Germany, we have 8 flutes from 3 different sites.
Well, a flute makes sense as an early instrument.
Yeah.
I could see that.
These artistic endeavors might at first glance seem irrelevant to our species' remarkable success at the Neanderthals' expense. Indeed. Some researchers have argued that music is little more than a useless byproduct of our intellectual advancement. For Conrad and others, however, music and art were important in helping those early modern humans forge a sense of group identity and mutual trust that enabled them to become so successful.
Yeah, I mean, I think early music must have been... You live near there? Ninja
That's so
Nina lives right
cool.
near there. Oh, very cool. Do we have anybody else tuning in from Germany? Where are you guys around the world? Yes, Conard. Yes,
Conard.
indeed. There it is. If you want to play a fun mini game we have inside each of our Curiosity Chills, it's called You Tell Us How to Actually Pronounce Things We Mispronounce. This is detailed art made through, that's thought to be made by ancient humans.
Wow.
I'd say the symbolic artifacts we find show that there were more people on the ground, and this was social glue that helped hold them together and contributed to their adaptive advantage, he says. Our poor Neanderthal cousins may have struggled to build that level of social unity and failed to compete partly because they lacked art and science and music, and my brain is not on.
In truth, Conard and those others think the story is probably more complicated than that because they argue the art and musical instruments that appeared in Europe 40,000 years ago are so sophisticated that they must have evolved out of earlier artistic traditions. In 2011, for example, archaeologists revealed that they had found tools and shells probably used to mix up body paint 100,000 years ago in a cave in South Africa.
Oh, do we have anybody tuning in from South Africa right now? Oh, hello. Good to see you here.
We're just channeling ancient Neanderthals. Thank you.
Yeah, that's how the ancient Neanderthals would pronounce these words like this.
Exactly.
I'm going to read a little slower, and it might help me to give you guys a more comprehensive read of what I see in front of me. Let's try it. Here we go. And I'm going to make the font a little bigger. That'll enhance. It's also likely that Neanderthals were not the uncultured brutes of popular imagination. A reassessment of the available evidence carried out by a Dutch group suggests it does not support widely held ideas that the species having only primitive tools and weapons, lacking the ability to communicate using signs and symbols, having a narrow diet and only basic forms of social organization. There is growing evidence that Neanderthal cognitive capacities were comparable to those of modern humans, says Ruth Biasco of the Gibraltar Museum. It's not inconceivable that Neanderthals might have made and used musical instruments, she says. Although until solid evidence is found to back up the suggestion, she prefers to remain cautious.
Inconceivable.
All right, before I scroll down, does anybody want to take a guess at what we're looking at here?
That looks like some kind of piece of a what are those called?
Oh, you want me to tell you the answer?
No, it's a flute.
A flute!
Yeah, flute or recorder. It looks a little bit like a recorder.
This is a possible Paleolithic Neanderthal flute.
Ooh.
All right. In fact, there is at least one candidate Neanderthal musical instrument, a 43,000-year-old bone flute found at a Neanderthal site in Slovenia.
Oh, do we have anybody joining us from Slovenia?
And do you have an even older flute that you'd like to submit? This find is controversial, though, with many researchers arguing that the flute's finger holes are nothing more than puncture wounds left by a large carnivore chewed into the bone. No.
That looks very... No.
That's bored out. That's somebody...
Yeah, somebody did that on purpose.
I mean, that would be like... Who got fangs like this?
Yeah, those look too perfect.
No way. That's a flute.
It's a debate that highlights some of the difficulties in identifying early musical instruments. For one thing, they may have not been made entirely from scratch, but from materials that, through natural processes, were suitable for making music. Even today, for example, the didgeridoo craftsmen begin making their instruments by searching for trees that have been hollowed out by termites. Really? Oh. Recognizing instruments like this at ancient human sites is not impossible, says the origin of music researcher Francesco D'Arico at the University of Bordeaux in France, but it requires a lot of effort and dedicated research.
All right, so I can accept that, some kind of a hybrid thing, you know, where you're taking hollowed out tree for a didgeridoo, or maybe something to be used for percussion. I was expecting to see more about drums right off the top
me too,
here.
not the flute.
Ian Morley at the University of Oxford, UK, and I know we've got some friends in the UK right now, who has studied the music created by modern hunter-gatherer groups, identifies another obstacle in finding the earliest musical instruments. In his book, The Prehistory of Music, published last year, he emphasized the point that many traditional instruments are made from perishable materials that rot away relatively quickly. This means it may be very difficult to find the earliest objects used for making music, let alone establish whether Neanderthals made use of them.
Oh, look at this.
Look at this. So before we scroll down, anybody want to guess what kind of an instrument this is? What is that the closest thing to?
It looks a little bit like
Looks like he's...
similar to a violin, but he has it in his mouth, so I wonder if there's something that he's also blowing into at the same time.
Yeah, it looks like he's using like a bow almost, right? A one-string violin. Let's find out. This is a Namibian bushman playing a traditional instrument, which is made of organic materials, as we were finding, which may have biodegraded over the time that it would take to discover them. But in a sense, it really doesn't matter. There is one musical instrument researchers can say with some confidence substantially predates 40,000 years, and it is one that Neanderthals almost certainly had at their disposal. The human voice may have gained its full vocal range at least 530,000 years ago, suggesting several species of extinct human, including Neanderthal, had the potential to sing.
We know this because of some remarkable fossil finds made within the last decade or so. There is a tiny horseshoe-shaped bone in our neck called the hyoid, and some researchers think its shape changed when our voice box moved up and down our throat to take up a position that allows us to talk and sing. Archaeologists have now found a small number of these fragile hyoids belonging to Neanderthals and to another, earlier human species called...
I didn't choose this paragraph just because of that word.
The Homo
Heidelbergensis.
Heidelbergensis.
Heidelbergensis?
Yes, Heidelbergensis. They have the same shape as the modern human hyoid.
Oh, sweet. So we must have some singers here. So before you even have an instrument outside your body, you've got your own instrument with your vocal cords. I take the view that when the vocal anatomy looked like ours, you can conclude that they had vocal abilities rather like ours, as long as they could control it, says Morley. Birds. Those are not birds.
Those are definitely birds.
Male and female songbirds like to sing. The voice box may actually have begun to descend even earlier. Its soft tissue doesn't preserve in human fossils, but its lower position in our necks affects the shape of the base of our skulls. A careful look at ancient skulls suggests even those belonging to our 1.8 million year old forerunners had slightly descended voice boxes.
Ooh.
This means our ancestors may have had some crude ability to sing for a very long time, and that the ability gradually improved through time. If so, this would imply that humans had something to gain from using the pitch and tone of their voice. But what? So androids are cool is asking what's a forerunner. So a forerunner would be a species that came before us. So we're talking in the evolution of Homo sapiens sapien, which is what we call ourselves now as two bipedal mammals. These would be incarnations or versions of humans that came before us, like the Neanderthals, and even further back, before Neanderthals.
Yeah.
Charles Darwin, the 19th century naturalist and father of evolutionary biology, was one of the first to try to explain why humans became musical. In his 1871 book on evolutionary theory, The Descent of Man and the Selection in Relation to Sex, he proposed it was analogous to birdsong, in that it helped males attract mates and warn off rivals.
Ooh.
All right, so hey, you come here, or hey, you go away.
Yeah, like, oh, or oh.
Just so you guys know, Amelia does actually, those are her songs. Those are the two songs she sings.
That's my backup song.
Before she watched Hamilton for the first time, that was the only song she sang around the house. And I was like, oh, girl, we got to get you some musical theater in. Oh.
It sounds a little aggressive, right? But not too aggressive.
It's a little aggressive, but it's I don't know. I feel some type of way about it.
Good.
What was the first one? The
Oh, that's my love song.
Next. The idea was now largely fallen out of fashion, though, because singing is not an exclusively male pastime, and most 3/4 of songbirds, for instance, the females sing too. Oh, there it is. I think you did more like a Disney princess. Yeah, that was. I mean. Oh, that's Tarzan.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a seal. That sounds like a seal. All right, so animals do make sounds that sound like music, right? It would make sense that maybe humans took a cue from their animal friends.
Yeah.
Virtual reality, thank you for this gifted sub, and Rihanna loves him. Thank you very much for being here and subscribing. I see Kiane is back for 4 months. Appreciate you guys being here. It's enchanting. That song is enchanting. Well.
Anyway, okay.
Clip it.
More recently, Thomas Geisman at the University of Zurich, Switzerland,
I know we got some friends outside Zurich, Switzerland.
came up with another interesting theory. In a book published in the year 2000, he pointed out that 4 other singing primates, some lemurs, tarsiers, TT monkeys, and gibbons, all from monogamous...
All form monogamous.
Oh! All form monogamous breeding pairs.
Let me do like this.
That's what I'm doing in my mind, as do many humans, and amongst birds do what... Okay, I have to start the sentence again because I got distracted. Okay, so these lemurs, tarsiers, TT monkeys, and gibbons all form monogamous breeding pairs.
Which means that they mate and they stay with the same mate.
Yes, as do many humans. And amongst birds, duetting mainly occurs in monogamous species. So the birds that sing together love together. Perhaps Geisman suggested singing is somehow related to the evolution of monogamy. Although exactly how or why is still unclear. So I'm totally right that my song...
Look at these gibbons. They would sing this song. I love you.
I love you.
I don't need nobody else.
I kind of want to see what a TT monkey looks like.
I like your gizzard.
I know. Look at that. Look at that.
Look at that gizzard.
I'm going to look up on my own a TT monkey because that sounds really cute.
Here, we can look up TT monkey. Here.
Oh!
Here, you guys want to see the TT monkey?
It looks kind of angry but cute.
Oh, look at this one.
A TT monkey.
There he is. Look at these guys. Oh,
They're just so puffy.
they're so puffy. Look at the small face.
It looks a little bit like Theodore.
It does. I was going to say the same thing. It looks a little bit like Theodore, our cat. Like, he makes these little faces.
Yeah. Okay, back to.
All right, back to these. Ooh, ooh, do you want to go steady with me?
Yes.
Yes. Other explanations for the origin of music, you guys, that's what we're focusing on, okay? It's not about monkeys right now. Everybody just chill out about monkeys. I can't. Look at this.
I know. They love each other.
They're so in love. Okay. Other explanations for the origin of music emphasizes the obvious similarities between human song and language. Most of us recognize that music can communicate to us. Even a wordless melody can make us feel happy or sad.
True.
Dean Falk at the Florida State University in Tallahassee, U.S., points out that we can also understand emotional states of someone from the tone of their voice, even if they're speaking a language that we are unfamiliar with.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's true.
That is true.
I think that's like, you get the gist, right? That's your human empathetical instance. So maybe music is tied to our human empathy. Perhaps music and language both evolved out of the need for early humans to communicate their emotional state to each other and other members of the group. Other primates often rely on grooming to connect emotionally with their peers, but at some point in our prehistory, humans began to come together in larger groups and needed a way to broadcast their emotional state to a greater number of individuals to keep the group united. So before we had the technology to tweet memes at each other and be like, "That's such a mood. I agree." That's what's going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
They were
roommates.
In the 1990s, Leslie Alio and Robin Dunbar, both at the University College London, suggested our ancestors began communicating with emotional tones they called vocal grooming to cement social ties on a large scale. Alio and Dunbar were really looking for a way to explain the evolution of language, but others, including Morley, think their emphasis on the early importance of tone shows the use of emotional tones to strengthen social cohesion might equally explain the origin of music.
Music gets the gang together. It gets
Yes.
everybody on the same bumping
The
vibe.
music gets the group together. The music brings people's moods up or brings people's moods down. It's interesting.
Oh, look, we got some more monkey friends coming up. Falk thinks a better way to look for the origins of music might be to explore.
Explore.
At 10 a.m. Pacific time, there's a new word called explore. Falk thinks there might be a better way for the origins of music to explore how our anatomy differs from that of our primate relatives. One of the biggest differences is that human babies are born in a far less developed and more helpless state than many other primates.
True.
There are obvious reasons why this is the case. Even as infants, we have a large brain that can make childbirth a painful experience for the mother. If our skulls grew any larger in the womb, it would become inevitably lethal. So, as I understand it, it takes a full year for a baby to be fully formed and kind of to the state that a lot of other animals come up out the womb, you know?
Yeah.
But instead, because we are smaller and need to survive childbearing, we have babies at 3 months, and the first 3 months of these, or I'm sorry, at 9 months, and the first 3 months of the baby are, you know, basically like a baby fetus on the outside.
Yeah, they can't do nothing.
Can't tell them nothing. This is a mother chimp reassuring her child.
Yeah.
Looking good, maybe using some tones.
One consequence of our helplessness as newborns is that human babies can't cling to their mothers for protection and reassurance in the same way that baby chimps can. Human mothers have to carry their babies, which interferes with their ability to perform daily tasks. Falk thinks that mothers in prehistory had to put their babies down at regular intervals to free up their hands for other activities, and that they used an early form of baby talk, or motherese, to keep them reassured.
Oh, do 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 do.
It's okay. It might be no coincidence that our ancestors' brains became particularly large and their babies perhaps especially helpless around 1.8 million years ago. This is the same time that researchers who have examined ancient skulls say the human voice box first began to descend in a way that would have made our voice more versatile. I think the case for mothers and infants jump-starting the evolution of motherese, which eventually evolved to proto-language and proto-music, is supported by varied and strong evidence, says Falk.
Any or all of these hypotheses for the origin of music might be true. There are differences between them, but they all suggest our ability to make and appreciate music, which was an important step in the early human evolution. Many also highlight music's role in social bonding, fitting neatly with the idea that 40,000-year-old musical instruments are evidence of strong social ties that contributed to modern human success in Europe. But there is still some way to go before scientists have a comprehensive picture of the origins of music. For instance, some primates that don't use music nonetheless seem to have an ear for a tune. Last year, Andrea Ravignani in the University of Vienna in Austria and the University of Edinburgh in the UK found that squirrel monkeys can He must be a squirrel monkey who can recognize subtle differences in sound patterns in much the same way that humans can distinguish between different melodies and different word phrases of spoken language. He's a young squirrel monkey.
He's a young squirrel in a big world.
He's got an ear for a tune. Why would the monkeys have the ability when they don't seem to use it in the wild? I don't have an easy answer for that yet, says Ravignani. He is now studying the musical talents of primates, beginning by giving captive chimps access to custom-built electronic drum machines. Whoa! I want to investigate what extent their natural drumming resembles ours, and see what kind of musical patterns chimpanzees can imitate. Abilities that underlie some of our musical traits seem to be showing up in animals more and more, says Morley. Perhaps that's because the brain circuits we now use to process music originally had some other purpose. If that turns out to be the case, those researchers ignoring Stone Age flutes in favor of listening to primal tattoos drummed out by chimpanzees might be with a better chance of finding the true origins of music. Very interesting.
Very interesting.
So we're talking, this is going way back.
This is the beginning.
This is the way beginning. So thank you, Amelia in particular, for finding that.
Yeah.
And now we have some options of where we can go with the rest of our stream. So we can look at early instruments, which would be, a nice evolution from this. We could look at music around the world.
Where we listen to music.
Right. And the evolution of American music. So let's do a little mini poll and see, because I don't know if we'll have time to fit all of this. There's a lot going on in this study of evolution of music. But what do you guys think? We can go for early instruments or music around the world.
Where we would listen to it.
Or evolution of American music, which is, of course, much more contemporary because America's pretty recent.
Yep.
There we go. Here's our
right.
options.
Where shall we move next? What are you interested in? Type 1, 2, or 3 into the chat in order to cast your vote. Also, Carol Fu 2404, welcome back for 2 months. And Amy Versus, welcome back for 8 months. Luis Tenma, welcome back as well. And Danny Lyon is here for 23 months. Wow, that's amazing.
Hey, Danny Lyon, thank you.
Wonderful. Tsuki, thank you for cheering from Bordeaux, France. And Aereo Try UK, thanks for subscribing as well. Carol2404, thanks for the gift sub to Dank Squitter.
What's up, Dank?
And Soke Weathercat, thanks for cheering as well.
Yo, right on. All right, so it looks like music around the world wins, and our early instruments is getting a quarter of the vote, so I'm going to speed through that one because you found a great article, and we'll check out early instruments and then
Listen to
complete
some.
with music around the world. All right? So this is a link. I'm going to share it with the mods who can share it with you guys. It goes a little something like this.
Parallel Moon is back for 15 months.
Hey, Parallel.
Astoria is back for 2 months. Regency, how you doing? 18 months. And Fire Crystal is back for 26 months.
Hey, right on. Thank you, Fire Crystal. It's good to have you here. All right, we're going to rewind through time. This is earliest known examples of instruments.
Wow.
Number 8, Tutankhamun's trumpets from about 3,340 years ago in Egypt. And the material is, one is made of sterling silver and the other from bronze or copper.
Ooh, look at that.
Look at that.
That's a trumpet.
All right. Resembles a similar trumpet. And how about this Jihad flute from 7,000 to 9,000 years ago?
Found in the Yellow River Valley of China. Made from red crown crane wing bones. Wow.
Wow. So a crane's wing bones would be hollow
Yeah.
to begin with. So that's a little bit of that combination of like finding something that's suitable and then adapting it to make music.
Exactly.
Here we've got the lithophones.
Ooh, very cool. Wow. 4,000 to 10,000 years old, found in different parts of the world. The oldest examples are from India and Vietnam, made from resonant rocks.
Wow, that's cool.
That's really cool.
Super early xylophone. That's really cool. It does look like a piano. Look at that.
Yeah, it does.
The positioning of these keys there. This is a bull roarer.
Wow.
About 20,000 years ago from different parts of the world, and the oldest examples are from Ukraine and France.
Wow.
It's a thin slat of wood and a cord. A bull roarer. Whoa. A ritual musical instrument? How does it work? How do you play that thing? It could ward off evil spirits and against bad omens.
Okay.
Sweet.
Here's a Itzeritz flute from 20,000 to 35,000 years old, found in a cave in France made from vulture wing bones. Whoa. So birds' bones seem to be very popular.
Scrolling on to number 3. Here's another flute. This is the Hohlfels flute from 35 to 40,000 years ago, found in Germany. So a lot of early history in Germany. And the Giffen vulture bone is used for this flute.
Yes. So case in point, bird bones.
Get those bird bones, friends. What is this? You guessed it.
Here's another flute, the DVJ Bebe. Which is 43,000 years old, found in Slovenia. Oh, this is a cave bear femur. Okay, so this is a bear.
Whoa. Dang.
That looks like
That's the one we...
That's the one we looked at the picture of.
Yeah. That is deliberately made. There's no way those holes are from... I mean, I'm a scientist, you guys. I'm a Bryantist, and I can tell you. Prior to the discovery... And here we are. Ooh, here's your word, Amelia. Lucky you. Anybody can pronounce this one? Our German friends know how to say this.
Geisenklosterle.
Flutes.
Found in Germany, made from a swan bone and mammoth ivory.
Wow. Super cool.
Yes.
Well, if you guys want to read more in depth, the mods will share that link with you one more time, and we're going to switch over to this one.
That was good? Ha!
You got it?
I got it!
Thanks, Weathercat. Oh, things are looking up for us.
Deeks Damon Dean, welcome back for 8 months.
Hey, Pascal, thank you for being here for 7 months. And Polyglot Pupper, thank you for subscribing and welcome to our channel. It's good to see you. It's okay for me with the gift sub. Appreciate you. And Maya Way What? Back for 6 months. Today's your birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Maya.
Happy birthday. I think I saw it's also Chat Ya's birthday.
Chat, yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, friend. And Narcissistic Warhol, thank you for the big cheers. And I see Tina with a gift sub as well. Rain Man, welcome back for 17 months. I think to celebrate Amelia's pronunciation of this word, we all get to see the TT monkeys again.
Oh, the titty
Oh,
monkey.
yeah. Look at them guys. Oh, look at them face. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, look at this one. Look at that one. Look at this one. Look at this one. Ah, look at this one. Look at this. Look at this. This is Theo when we turn on the vacuum.
Yeah. Vertigo Fault is back for 2 months, and Re3, thanks for cheering.
All right, so the next section we're going to get into is music around the world, and I'm going to turn off our ambient jams. So we've got some ambient music so we can hear what we got going on.
Yeah, Vertigo Fault, thank you for the gift sub as well. Hella Nova is back for 3 months. Jolie Pricefield is back for 30 months.
30 months.
30 months. Oh
Ring
my
the bell.
goodness. Ring the bell. Here we go. I'm going to ring the bell.
Nicely done.
Thanks.
Well said. So here's some music from around the world we're going to tune into, my friends. These clips are pretty long, so we're just going to jump around in them and explore. Whoa, there's a lot of cool stuff you found here. Okay, so we're going around the world. Let's listen, just jump on in,
Yeah.
okay? Let's start with this African-American culture, this music here. I'm going to just jump into the middle of the video and see what we get.
Now, my next guest is a man of many talents, an author, musician, storyteller.
Turning it up.
But it's as a master drummer that he visits with us tonight. Yaya Diallo, thanks so much for coming.
Thank you.
Very glad to have you here. Now, of course, you're from West Africa, but you actually graduated from the University of Montreal.
Yeah, in chemistry.
Oh, so
How
he's
did you
from
come
West
to Louisville?
Africa.
Okay, that's a long story because when I wrote the book, The Healing Drum, and I did the world tour, and I came to Indiana, Bloomington, Indiana.
All right, let's listen to what he's got to say. Or play.
Loading, loading, loading. Keep those videos loading. Right.
What we get today.
This is an interview.
Oh.
No music.
No, he is playing in the very end, maybe.
It's like waiting for the election results.
I know.
Well, this video is not gonna play for us, so we will go on to let's check out this here. And forgive me for just jumping in. Nice.
Ooh. Cool.
I'm digging the vibe. These videos are a little choppy though, so we're gonna hop around. Let me try to reload this. Hold on. Bleep. This is on PBS's website. That's Manjani. Let's check out some music in Egypt. A taste of Arabian music.
Let's first find out more about this. Here once again,
Does anyone recognize some of these instruments?
Yeah, these are all pretty contemporary looking instruments.
What's this guy? What's this one about?
Some kind of guitar.
Does anybody know the name of that kind of guitar? Yeah, here it's labeled as an oud, so I guess it could be a loud as well. A pear-shaped guitar. and the drum is called a tabla.
Cool.
So there we go. Here, let's listen to some traditional Jewish folk music in Israel. Yeah, buffering.
Do we have too much stuff open, maybe?
So oud is lute in Arabic. Right on. Thank you for the update. No, it has everything to do with this website's awesomeness. All right, here's China. Let's see if it'll allow us to listen to the music of pipa.
This instrument called pipa, and spell is like a P-I-P-A, pipa. This is a traditional Chinese instrument. It has like a 2,000 years history, and real old instrument. But this instrument is really popular in China, in the ancient time, even today. And there are so many people, the young people start to learn it, to play it. And the reason, it's so popular in China.
Drop the beat!
Wow.
It's so important. It takes many years to practice. And on my left hand, there's a really important skill called bending notes. This makes sounds different. Okay.
I like this a lot.
Just give you a short example.
Beautiful. So if you guys want to check it out, the link is flowing through the chat. If you want to get in more depth in this, we do want to, it's a huge subject, so we're just going to try to cover as many introductions. And then if you guys want to jump in and check out Indonesian Balinese music, let's listen to that here.
Ooh, wow.
Gamelan is a name for an orchestra from Indonesia. And there are three major styles, even though there are many more, okay? So the one is like from Central Java, which is the most famous one, probably most famous one. And then the other one is from West Java, or called Sundanese gamelan. And then one is from the island of Bali, called Balinese gamelan, called angklung, which is the lives. Okay, so there are different kinds of gongs, large and small one. And then some are hanging, some are some are just playing like this, and so the gongs, that's one group, and the second group.
Cut to the gong. We need the
Can see
gong.
the shoes are dirty, very fast. Four.
They're vibing.
Yeah. I like these little hammers that they have.
Not a lot of joy coming out of that song.
No.
All right, let's see what we got going on
Well, not
now.
from those particular.
Here is music from northern India. So I'm going to jump way ahead because I think they're all going to be introduced for a minute. Becky April, welcome back for 2 months. Good to have you here while the video loads. Appreciate you guys with the cheers.
Maybe if you.
So next time we do a one with video, we're going to check the videos.
Cool.
What else? We got here's Celtic-born, Celtic-inspired music. There's a flute. Not made of any animal bones, though. Hey, Lynn V, welcome back for 29 months.
Nice.
Grateful to have you guys here. I'm going to keep hopping around so we get a little bit of an overview, and if you guys want to explore it more in depth, check it out. Here's Scotland and the Bagpipes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, with me now is Robert Caudill of the Louisville Pipe Band.
Hey,
the
Robert.
drones. And these are the drones, and they produce, this is an octave below the lowest note of the chanter, and this is 2 octaves below the lowest note of the chanter, so they don't ever change. It's just that unvarying background sound you hear.
So the longer the tube, the lower the
Company, finance.
So if you'd like to donate to PBS, they could really use some serious support for their video servers. Whoa. Doing the most with the, look at this. Mias, welcome back for 17 months from Barcelona. Hello.
Hello.
Oh man, here's some music in Spain. This is really cool to have all this world music here all in one spot. Flamenco guitar. Mias, welcome back for 17 months. I wish you guys could have more music at a time, but it's just a sampling.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to a party and there's this beautiful cheese spread, and you know that it's not socially appropriate to eat all of the cheese, so you have to just have like one of this cheese and then walk away and go all the way around the party again until no one recognizes that it's you again, and you go back up to the cheese board and you take another piece of cheese. That's how we're doing this today. Here's Native American Cherokee singer.
First of all, I'm not a traditional performer or a traditional singer. I'm more of a contemporary.
We love you, Paula. Do your thing.
Oshikwatsu, Oshikwatsu, Ohustanina, Ohustanina. When we leave each other, we don't say goodbye. We say, day-da-da-go-hoya, day-da-da-go-hoya, till we meet again. Yo, iwe, yo, yo, uwe, ya, uwe. Yo, iwe, yo, yo, uwe, ya, uwe.
I like that. We don't say goodbye. We say until we see each other again. Very cool. Oh, there's even more. We have Iroquois, flute maker. You want to check that one out?
Yeah.
So, of course, all these different groups have their own
We
musical
begin with
styles.
a musician who has reached
inner diameter. If it's a larger diameter, it's going to be a lower toned flute, like this one. The smaller diameter is going to create a higher tone instrument. And there's a hole here, and then there's another hole right underneath.
That, because I haven't done it in years.
It is her language.
I just want to give you guys that too.
That's where his music comes from. No one plays the way he does. And there are certain songs that when they're recorded, and I have to listen to them to critique them, if you will, I cry. And it just is such moving music. It just comes from someplace inside him.
My music is American Indian flute music. It goes back to pre-Columbian times, and the first known historical account of it in the Southwest was rock carvings that depicted a little colorful character with a hump on his back. His name was Kokopelli, and he would only appear in the evenings in the various villages with his magic flute. I took a great interest in that many, many years ago, and I started making the instruments over the...
Cool, that's connecting us back, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Maybe we have time for one or two more. But again, the mods are going to share this PBS Learning Media website with you guys. I think I could probably spend hours here.
Mm-hmm.
I saw somebody mention the mandolin. This is from the Kentucky Music Hall.
That
I dig it.
Yeah.
I could listen to that mandolin for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Where else do we have here? I see a fiddle, jug band music. I feel like this is the one you guys want to ride on to. This is my mood right now.
Jug bands originated in Louisville, Kentucky around 1900, but were soon heard up and down the Ohio and Mississippi rivers.
Drop the beat.
So I'm curious, do you play any instruments? And if so, what kind?
I know we got to have a musical crew here. Yup. I see piano, violin,
Guitar,
alto sax, piano, ocarina. You love the hats. Anybody rocking a bowler hat right now? Awesome. Ukulele and flute, the kazoo, the oboe, the didgeridoo, and you sing. Well, we would make a pretty eclectic band, everybody here today. So we've got to come up with some topics of what we can study next time. Thank you guys for exploring the evolution of music and music around the world.
There's no ocean liner took so far away.
Study next week.
Yeah, we'll take any recommendations you guys have and put them into a poll.
I know that the second place one that we didn't get to today was space travel. So maybe we could put that back on there.
All right. Space, travel, and birds of prey.
Mm-hmm. Feng Shui. We have done the evolution of video games. It's a very interesting topic. We did that one.
There's also a cool documentary, if you guys are interested, on Netflix called High Score, which is pretty cool if you want to get into the history of that. I gotta see how every time I spell feng shui, I get it wrong. There it is. What else, Amelia? Do you see anything else we want to add besides these three?
The history of theater we did.
We could do History of Theater Part 2. We got up to about Shakespeare and then went back. So History of Theater, we'll call it Part 2. Part 2. Sweet. I'm going to drop these in there.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, my friends, help us vote by hitting 1 for space travel, 2 for birds of prey, number 3, feng shui, and number 4, the history of theater part 2, starting with basically the Globe Theater and on. Bambi Brooks, thank you for the big cheers. We adore you back. Thank you for cheering with us. And we got Amy Versus with the gift sub to Jello Gamer. And Marley, thank you for the gift sub to Christella83. All right, this could be it, guys. Birds of Prey might just win this time. Anybody else who wants to vote, now's a good time to drop it in there. All right.
This was fun.
This was fun. Thank you, Amelia, for finding all of these articles.
Yeah, thank you, everybody, for voting for what you would like to learn about. Appreciate you.
Yep. And we've got some awesome music-themed raids picked out by our awesome moderator team. Let's get a little extra mod love. If you've already voted, make sure you mod love, Lieutenant Love. Thank you guys on Twitch and on Discord. You're awesome. It looks like it's going to be Birds of Prey.
Oh my god.
Birds of Prey wins the day.
Followed by space travel.
All right, so next time we'll study Birds of Prey with a little bit of space travel if time allows.
Those actually work really well together.
They work great together.
Yeah.
So, Amelia, how does a raid work?
Okay, well, we're all going to vote as to where we shall raid. We're going to pick a channel curated by our awesome moderators, and then we're all going to teleport over to their channel together. And when we get there, let's just fill their chat with positive vibes, good emotes, and if you like what they're up to, please hit the follow button. And yeah, we're going to continue the party elsewhere. So, okay, Weathercat, thanks for cheering and for chilling with us. I'm glad you enjoyed this stream. Yeah, this is good time. So our next stream will be tomorrow.
Yep, our next stream will be Wholesome Wednesday tomorrow. We're playing the Zelda Breath of the Wild DLC, which is a lot of fun.
Super fun.
On Friday, we will not be streaming because we have our tech rehearsal for Saturday's Saturday's Cyberpunk stream.
With on Twitch GlitchCon.
We'll host it on our channel as well. It starts at 10 a.m. Pacific. We're playing Cyberpunk tabletop RPG role-playing game with Co-Carnage and Erika Ishii. It's going to be a lot of fun for Twitch GlitchCon.
Super cool.
And on Sunday, we will complete Little Hope. That's what's up. Bless you, Amelia. All right, guys. Number one, if you want to go to a piano playing / guitar and dulcimer playing, and they're taking requests, which is pretty cool. Number two, they're playing piano and guitar with music loops. Number three for Watch Dogs Legion. And number three for playing Guitar Hero.
Number four for
Guitar Hero 3.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys all for being here, and it looks like, ooh, look at that, it's taking the lead.
Yeah,
number
it's the
one.
Requests, I think.
Number one taking requests. There we go. Cat, the Weather Cat, thank you for the tunes. Thank you for the cheers. All right, my friends, we're going to drop some requests on them, and let's see if we can get them to play Africa by Toto. What do you think?
Hilarious.
All right, my friends, I love you guys. Thank you all for chilling with us, and we're going to go raid over to Daisy Shoot. And if you enjoy what they're up to, make sure to drop them some follows, a lot of emotes. Let's go share the love, and we'll see you guys next on tomorrow's Wholesome Wednesday stream, which is at 5 p.m. That is 6 hours later than whatever time it is for you. And, all right, let's go rock it out. Appreciate you guys joining. Thanks again, mods. You're awesome.
Yes.
Very grateful for your help, lieutenants. And we'll see you guys on another stream soon. Here we go in 3,
2,
1.
Raid!